220.5 pounds. His outstanding record, 37 wins, no defeats, with 33 big wins by way of knockout. He's making his 10th defense of the heavyweight crown, introducing the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the one and only Iron Mike Tyson!
Before Mike Tyson became the most feared man in boxing, before the millions, the knockouts, the chaos, he was just a kid from Brooklyn with a wild past. Today we are diving into 3 little known facts about Mike Tyson before his rise and fall in heavyweight boxing.
Mike Tyson does it! Look at this! He's knocked down for the first time in his career! Mike Tyson hits the canvas! He's in big trouble! He's not gonna make it! Unbelievable! Unbelievable!
These facts are from Teddy Atlas, Mike Tyson's first trainer under Cus D'amato.
That's it. There you go. Now you got again. Who's the last guy to stop? Time. Very good. That's fine. Very good. That's what you have to do.
Fact 1. They had to lie about Mike Tyson's age to get him his first smokers fight. Teddy Atlas was the head coach at Cus D'amato's Catskill Boxing Gym and was one of the early trainers of Tyson.
I'm training him every day. He's learning very fast, like a sponge. And he's just very athletic. He's very talented. He's very quick. You know, forget about the power. He's got power in both hands.
Now that weird punch. You made him miss a punch. You might as well drop.
A smokers club are inter-gym boxing tournaments and matches where enthusiasts, hobbyists and upcoming fighters who wanted experience would compete. When Teddy Atlas first brought Tyson down to a smokers club in the Bronx, it was 1979 and Tyson was 12 years old.
So Tyson, when I first had him, he was 190 pounds, nothing but muscle, 12 years old. Okay, that's what he was. But that's what he was. I mean, that's what God made him.
That's crazy.
So I go down there and I put the first fight. Nobody's seen Tyson. Nobody's ever seen Tyson. But 12 years old, 0 fights. Okay. Teddy, now you go too far. You lie more than us. You learn a lot from us. You lie better than us. I said, thanks. That's a compliment. I said, I think, Nelson, that's a compliment? I mean, I take it. I guess it is, right? All right. I'm not lying.
12 years old, 190 pounds.
Teddy, please. Nelson, I'm not lying, okay? He's 12 years old. He's going to be 13 soon, but he's 12 years old, okay? Oh, come on. I said, all right, I'll make you feel better. I'll put down 17. Thank you. Now you tell the truth. I say he's not 17.
Here's an excerpt taken from Teddy Atlas's biography. That night, they matched him with a 17-year-old Spanish teenager who could really fight and had between 10 to 15 fights.
But I knew what I had, like I said, I knew what I had. So I fought a 17-year-old. I wasn't going to fight no 12-year-old. That wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Imagine that. A 12-year-old kid against a 17-year-old teenager with 10 to 15 fights to his name. In the third round, Tyson pinned the kid to the ropes and hit him with a double left hook, one to the body and then one to the head. The guy went backwards and collapsed on the bottom ropes and just sat there. Tyson hit him with another punch and snapped his head back, and the water from the Spanish teenager's hair went flying into the back of the room and smacked against the wall.
Punches are not made, they are born. He was born a puncher.
You're a little bit too square. Your right shoulder, you see, a little bit this way. It should be more this way. So when you're driving it, nothing to hold that blow. You're going to do real damage. You might drop the guy with one punch. But you aim it here and bring the same hand. When he hits here, he's liable to bring it down. Even if he's coming, he's liable to bring down, bang, over here. Bang, with the left hook here or here. See? You got a chance to put in 3 perfect punches if he's upstanding. That's it. See, ain't no way he's going to hit you then, right? And remember, It's always good to throw the punch where you could hit him and he can't hit you. That's what the science of boxing is all about. Remember, from the side, you can let that punch go with the worst kind of intention because you know he can't hit you back, so you can throw the bomb with all the power you can generate.
Fact 2. Tyson's psyche and mental fortitude, which later in his career became his downfall, was first exposed in a smoker's fight when he was 15 years old.
Maybe God, gave him such a strong body. He figured, well, I'll give him a strong body and I'll make him have to become strong another way on his own. He's not as tough or hard, I should say, as people think he is. Everyone that sees me, they say, oh boy, you got that Tyson, you're lucky, you got that Tyson, he's an animal. He just loves to fight, he just loves to hurt people. He's not afraid of nothing. Very good. Well, when we're done with him, he won't look like he is anyway. See how you can slip punches without hitting back? This is the way you gotta slip. He comes from a tough environment. He comes from a hard upbringing, Brownsville, Brooklyn. He never had nothing. He was down in that kind of environment. I know how it is. You can't trust people. You grow mistrusting. Anybody does anything for you, there's a reason. Nobody helps people. He's got the potential to be go down as one of the best fighters ever. But he'll only reach that potential if he keeps his head screwed on straight.
Here is another excerpt from Teddy Atlas's biography. When you're developing a young fighter, a couple of years had gone by and Tyson was 14 or 15 at this point. No matter how good or talented he is, one part of him that requires the most work, the trickiest, and ultimately the most important factor in determining his future is his psyche and his will. Whatever else he has going for him, his mind and his will are the real ingredients of his ultimate success or failure.
Point in round 9, and I expected Mike. Look at this! Look at Bono, we got him again! Buster fights back strongly, landing some big shots, and now he can't get killers. Look at that!
Well, I was a little surprised that they allowed him to get into the ring in that frame of mind, and it hurt. It really hurt to watch Mike, who I consider my fighter, mine and Cus's fighter, take a beating like that. It never was about money with me and Mike. Now, but the people, Don King and his people, made him get in the ring in that mental condition and fight for the money. Now,
I haven't seen Mike in this kind of trouble before. Look at Mike actually grasping the handle. Has been, when adversity comes, he's had trouble coming back.
And what specifically is it that you saw in Mike that you said, wait a second, this may not be his night?
well, when he first stepped into the ring, he wasn't cut up, and then after the first round, second round, third round, he just showed no desire to fight.
Not intimidated. He wants to keep it going. Mike actually has busted, landing these. Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas. Look at this. He's knocked down for the first time in his career. Mike Tyson hits the canvas. He's in big trouble. He's not gonna make it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Buster Douglas is the new heavyweight champion of the world.
He wasn't prepared mentally to engage. He didn't want to put his life on the line, and if he doesn't want to do that, he shouldn't be in there.
What heavyweights would have beaten Mike Tyson that night? Could you name a few?
I would have to say most of the contenders, Evander would have beat him. Carl Williams may have even beat him.
In this particular smokers fight, although Tyson was dominating his opponent, knocking him out twice in the first round, the other fighter kept getting up and coming after Tyson. This had exhausted Tyson to the point where at the end of the first round, Tyson was claiming his hand may be broken. Teddy Atlas tested Tyson's hand and knew it wasn't broken. This is what was said in Tyson's corner after the first round. There's nothing broken. The only thing broken is you. You wanted to be a fighter? Stop the excuses. The only thing this guy's doing is being dumb enough to get it back up. Every time you hit him, you hurt him. You are going to let him get to you because he keeps getting back up. In the second round, although Tyson dropped him 2 more times, the other fighter kept getting back up and coming after Tyson. At the end of this round, Tyson barely made it back to his corner and told Teddy, "I can't go on." In the third round, with about 20 seconds left, the other fighter got Tyson in the corner. Teddy Atlas states in his biography that he could see in Tyson's eyes what was about to happen and that Tyson was going to quit. Tyson was going to go down if he didn't do anything, so he went up onto the ring apron, which was against the rules, and was screaming in Tyson's ear not to go down. Tyson hung on the last few seconds, got the win, and thanked Teddy later on.
You're the champ, you're the champ. They're the ones who gotta worry. If you weren't nervous, there'd be something wrong with you. That nervous feeling's a sign you're gonna win. A sign you're ready, right? A sign you're ready to win. Just gotta keep it up here and go do it. Everything here is right. Just gotta keep it up here.
Fact number 3. Tyson's behavior would become another reason for his downfall later on in his career. However, this issue was one which had been going on for a while.
I know enough people in the business that there was a lot of other bad things that he did that are just not things that you would probably want to hang around with somebody if you're a halfway decent human being that he did that were weak things, okay? Weak things.
Mike Tyson, who has the potential to be the greatest heavyweight ever, break Rocky Marciano's record of 49-0, break the record, probably go undefeated his whole career, become the greatest fighter ever because of Cus D'amato. He's sitting in Indianapolis, in Plainfield, Indiana, in the youth center, serving a 6-year sentence. Now you go figure.
Teddy Atlas states that Cus D'amato made many exceptions to Tyson's behavior, which Teddy would not, eventually leading to Kevin Rooney training Tyson. There was rumored suspicion that Damato was paying various people in Catskill to keep Tyson's run-ins and behavior quiet.
The first day he met me, he took me in his house. He didn't even know me.
I can say honestly, I have a very deep affection for him. I do. To me, he's my boy. He's with me.
Here is another excerpt from Teddy Atlas's biography. Cus D'amato's handling of Tyson was what ultimately led to the biggest problem between us. Tyson had begun to grasp that his power inside a boxing ring gave him increasing power outside of it. In Catskill, more and more he began to push boundaries. There were incidents at school, assault, grabbing, disobeying, and disrespecting teachers. Cus made deals with the school principal to keep Tyson out of trouble, telling the principal, "Listen, this is a different kind of kid. This kid could make this school and this town famous. We got to keep this quiet."
See, my job is to take the spark and fan it. When it starts to become a little flame, I feed it. And I feed the fire until it becomes a roaring blaze. And then when it becomes a roaring blaze, I pour huge logs on. And then you really got a fire going.
Teddy Atlas goes on to state that after Tyson showed up, 2 sets of rules developed, one for Tyson and one for everyone else. He also states, Cus was cutting corners with him. He was in a race against the clock. To discipline Tyson, the only punishment that would have been a real impact would have been to deprive him of time in the ring, the way Bobby Stewart had done.
He was adjudicated a juvenile delinquent, and that means that a person would have committed a felony had they been 16 years old or older. He was initially placed downstate, and because of acting out, he was sent to Tryon. He acted out severely at Tryon initially and then calmed down after meeting Bobby Stewart.
I remember the day when Mike came, yes. I remember the first time laying eyes on him. He was being escorted across the field to our place by 2 of the bigger staff. And they brought him in handcuffs. And he found out that I was an ex-fighter. And he asked one of the staff, well, how can I meet Stewart? Finally, I went to his room one night and I banged on his door to intimidate him. I said, so you want to meet me? What the hell do you want? He said, I want to be a fighter. I said, so do the rest of these other guys, all the rest of these other guys. They haven't got the balls to work to be a fighter. I'm serious, Mr. Stewart. I said, let's see your behavior continue like it is for a few weeks, and then we'll see what happens. This is what impressed me. This kid changed. I mean, because he wanted it. The teachers called from school. I knew one of the English teachers called and said, what the hell happened to this guy? You know, he went from in a few week period, he won a year in his reading level. He was trying.
Cus couldn't afford to lose that time though. Not if Tyson was going to become the youngest heavyweight champ. Cus might not be alive to see it. So he indulged Tyson, he forgave and covered up his indiscretions.
Mike, he's coming towards us, prospect. He was 12 years old, he was 190 pounds. We had nobody near that weight, so Bobby boxed him. He tried to be ferocious. He went after Bobby, he was very strong, and Bobby had to open up to keep him in his place from overwhelming him. And Bobby said every time he hit me, he hurt me.
He was perfect. He was aggressive as hell. So we got ready, and we left, 20 minutes later, and I sat in the back porch. We got outside the back of the police station there. I says, guess what he said about you, punk? I says, he says, you continue down the line you're on now, you become the heavyweight champion of the world. And he hugged me. And he says, he did not. I said, he did, I'm telling you.
Teddy Atlas goes on to state that if the authorities in Albany found out about Tyson's troubles, the jig was up. So Gus worked the locals and made sure they kept their mouths closed about Tyson. The only information that made its way upstate came from Gus, and that it was Tyson was doing great in school and was knocking guys out. In the end, Teddy Atlas suspended Tyson from the gym due to his behavior. However, Tyson went straight to Cus, who brought Tyson back to the gym the next day and now had Kevin Rooney training him, leading to Teddy Atlas being removed as Tyson's trainer. So what's the lesson to take from this? Mike Tyson could have been one of the greatest fighters who ever lived. But no matter your genetics, if you do not have discipline and a strong mind, you will fall very short of your truest potential.